What's up, I Like Scary? We are back. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having an awesome day. It feels great to be a horror fan. So you guys, today we're going to talk about 10 things we liked in Halloween Ends, you guys. 10 things. Like I told you guys, it's not the best Halloween movie. It does have some problems, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it from certain angles. And so we got to talk about it, right? So, number one, you guys, I think, now I'm not going, you know, in order, there's no order to this, but I mean, this is one of the high ones that I enjoyed a lot. It was Corey Cunningham. Now, with all speculation and theories on the channel we've covered, I didn't know if I was gonna be too big on Corey, but man, the moment, you know, we get the scene where he breaks the milk bottle in his hand, and you can just feel for the kid. Like, it's just crazy to see that the shit he went through, and then he just elevated to becoming the shape, and he started killing, you know, almost like a revenge thing. You just gotta enjoy Corey's story, you know, not even when it comes to Michael, just Corey in general, his character, you know, solo, just how he tried to stand up to the bullies on a bridge. And I love that scene. I think maybe it's the music, you know, but man, that when that music kicks up and he pushes the guy with the varsity jacket, I think his name is Terry, and he's like, you know, you just taking it out on us because your dad doesn't, you know, fuck with you or nothing like that. It was just, man, it was crazy to just see how he stood up for himself, and then after that shit just goes up. And I think he did do a good job as Michael. The problem with this movie is not the character of Corey, it's, you know, how much they focused on him. It's not him. He did a great job. He was, you know, he did what he was told. But it's just, you know, the amount of time he had. He chewed up all of Michael's time. That's what I didn't enjoy. Personally, I kind of would have stopped Corey in his footsteps after, like, probably after the junkyard scene, or probably even, you know, yeah, probably after the junkyard scene, I would have stopped him and then brung Michael in. He just had too much time. But I enjoy Corey, though. I love his kills. I love, you know, how he stepped in the coveralls of Michael in the mask, and it didn't look, you can just feel Michael present still. It wasn't like you couldn't see it, you know. So number two is my favorite final girl of all time, Laurie Strode. This Laurie was amazing, man. It was like, this was the Laurie that we needed. You know, she got a chance to be that innocent, you know, 17-year-old all over again. You know, she got the flirt with Hawkins, and you know how she was, you know, wanting to talk to Ben Tramer. We got to see that Laurie. We got to see that she finally, you know, is embracing life. And, you know, I loved how she handled everything. Especially, you know, when she does the scene where she's like, sometimes you gotta rip off your shirt, and, you know, and she threw the fucking pumpkin shit down, and she, you know, did, you know, the flicking off. That's Laurie, and she did so good of a fucking job. Yes, that's Laurie, but we saw Jamie Lee Curtis, actually. We saw her personality kind of leak out. That's what I like. We kind of got that, you know, Allison, that's Jamie. Like, if you ever watch her, like, on a red carpet or something, she gets excited, that is Jamie Lee Curtis, and that's what I liked. And I think it was just all real. It was like something that we could see with Laurie that could happen after these 40 years and these events. That's how Laurie, you know, should be. Now, I'm not saying she shouldn't be on that Sarah Connor shit, because after what she went through, I'll be on it too. But you gotta love Laurie, you know, how she handled, you know, everything, how it came back in her face. She executed every role she was in, and it just made sense with Laurie. Some characters in this movie did certain shit that didn't make sense. Everything Laurie did made sense. Everything. She got her flowers. This is why I love Jamie Lee Curtis and the character of Laurie Strode. This is why she's my favorite, because of shit like this. So you gotta love Laurie in this. Number three, taking a risk and at least trying. You know, they did take a risk. You know, Scream, with Scream 6, you know, they're losing everybody. Lost Nev Campbell. They're fucking just sinking, and they're just trying to grab stuff up. I'm not trying to talk shit about Scream, because I actually enjoy Scream, but they're trying to get, like, you know, Samara Weaving and all these, like, big names to make the movie look good. That doesn't mean anything. You can have just a light cast and the movie be great, you know. And they, you know, I think it's like, you know, they're scared to take risks, you know, radio silence. But I think that Halloween Ends took a risk. Yeah, it might have burned them, but they took a risk in what they believed in, and I mean, at least we, at least we can say this one wasn't repetitive. That's all I can say. The same old Michael crosses the street, goes upstairs, stabby, stabby, And we're gonna do, we're gonna do 10 things I didn't like in this too, because I mean, it is stuff in this movie that I didn't enjoy. So, but yeah, the risk that they took and everything, and and for them to take that risk, the story and the plot wasn't that bad. It's a lot of other stuff that made it bad. It was like the execution sometimes was bad. The decisions they made was bad. But the story, I was following it the moment we got the opening scene with Jeremy. So, number 4, you guys know it was coming. The score. I love the score. The score, John Carpenter and his sons does a great job every time. It's never, a miss. This definitely stands tall in the trilogy score. I love the junkyard theme. I want to say it's called Cool Kid, the procession. I already got a few favorites on there. I already done played it in the car. I love it, man. You did a great job, John Carpenter. And number 5, the junkyard scene. I don't see too many people talking about this. I enjoyed the junkyard scene. Soon as we get the scene where Corey steps out the tow truck is when I start to like it. He has the wrench and he kind of like, he's like shaking it a little bit because, it has that heavy look. He made it seem like it was already had a little weight to it. And it's just, you can see the sleeve, he's dressed up like the shape and the music kicks up. Oh my God, he's behind Ron. Ron gets shots in the head. And then it's like fucking Corey disappears, like he teleports. And, and we almost got like a scene from Kills when James Yu puts the mask on, but we get Corey. And it was just cool to see Corey take down on bullies and stand up for herself. Now, I'm gonna be honest, in this movie, you guys, all these motherfuckers deserve to die. All these motherfuckers deserve to die and fuck with Corey, and that's why I enjoyed a lot of the scenes he was in when he killed, because it was almost like a revenge thing. So I love the junkyard scene with the score. He got back at those bullies, and he dressed up like the Shape, and they were brutal fucking kills. Had so many brutal kills. The blowtorch kill. He hit the chick on the top of the fence. Everything. It was just super cool. Number 6, you guys know, this is probably one of my top things I liked, was the DJ kill. We get, Corey going in there. DJ Willie the Kid was asking for it when he kind of was talking shit to Allison and Corey. But, man, this kill was so brutal. It kind of gave me 78 vibes for some reason. I don't know why. I still can't tell you if I knew. He's, like, banging his head, and it's like, you can just see the anger. It was like you could see Corey's elevating with strength and evilness. He's starting to become, like, his whole fucking jaw was out his tongue. And then to top it off, he clips that motherfucker off with some scissors. Bro, you can't fool me that wasn't Michael, because, I mean, we knew it was Corey because of the fingers, but it looked like the Shape. It would have been even better if it was the Shape. It would have probably been one of the top scenes in the franchise. It still is hanging up there. But that fucking scene when you just see it get clipped, oh my, and then you hear the fucking, it's like, oh my, it was disturbing. And then, can we just kind of like touch on the fact how Corey has that fucking walk down, like that walk with the length of the head and the collar? I'm like, whoa. He would have played a good Myers if, they were going like off a reboot type of thing, like a 21-year-old Myers off of, bro, he did a good job. But the thing is, Corey actually didn't play Michael, from my understanding. It was actually like a stunt double, I want to say. I think his name is actually like Corey in real life. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, it wasn't Ron Campbell who actually did his, the Myers thing. So, but it was still cool on that Corey was the Shape in this movie, I think. And he did a good job. He wasn't, the best, but he wasn't the worst. I actually loved him. I loved Corey. I loved the character. That's just my opinion. Don't hate me. That's just my opinion. So, the ending battle now, it's not like, oh, Brandon likes the end. No. I enjoyed some stuff with the end of the battle, but I got some bad stuff with this too. But the stuff that I enjoyed was, we got Lori and Michael finally, at that moment. And it was, for me, it was for nostalgia reasons why I enjoyed it. The length, we're gonna get that, get to that with the dislikes in another video. But it was just like, it was knowing that this was the end. I went in with the mindset like, this is the end. This is, their last confrontation. And it did kick up nice though. She's in the closet, kind of, hat tip to 78. She comes out and everything goes. And they're battling. Got some good blows off on Lori and Michael did, in my opinion. But she just got over it in the end. With the refrigerator crucifying him on and it was crazy though how she killed him at first. I was like, but in all reality though, it had to happen like that. She slits his throat. And they're saying that, David Gordon Green said Michael was in bad shape, but I still think that Michael could have done more. But like I said, that's for another video. And I think, Lori, it was cool to see her kind of overcome it. We knew it was going to happen. One of them was going to survive, but I think it was like, it kind of was like you know, for Lori is why I liked it, the ending battle. It wasn't for Michael. In the ways you guys think. The reason I liked it with Michael because we saw him in action. I mean, we didn't get him in a movie for real, so we finally get him full blown doing damage. And you know, that scene where he has the knitting needle, like, yeah, motherfucker, remember 78? Here you go. I'm gonna stick it right in your ear. So I like that. I liked, you know, how it was like a real brawl. It wasn't like it didn't look too scripted. Like, you get moments when Lori's on the floor, she kicks Mike, he kind of runs off a little bit. If you guys didn't notice, it was real. And you know, and Michael didn't go down. You know, he went down like, oh shit, he went down too early, but he did have like, you gotta think, he got his neck slit and he got his wrist slit. Usually people just die like that when you bleed out dry, but he still had it in him though. He grabbed her with a split fucking hand and he tried to. In that scene, I kind of wanted Michael just to get up 90-degree angle and you hear dur, 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 and it's kicking back up and he's like, you can't kill the fucking boogeyman. But Allison came in, which I hated that part, but that's just me. But I did like the stuff I just touched on with the ending, nostalgia. You got her with the sky blue shirt. You get to see the age of both of these characters, and they're going at each other's neck. And you know, so we're gonna touch on more of that in the dislike video. And to be honest, and touch on that with the procession and everything, I also want to touch on, they kind of have, you know, that Spider-Man 2 moment with Michael getting tossed over the crowd. I like how they showed Julian and Sandra. Now, did I like how, I think that way how he died was kind of like, bro, we didn't have nothing else to kill him with, so we want to just pick some shit where we know it's cemented. I just wish I would have seen more with that. That's it, you know. I think it was cool to just see like people mainly come out that was dealing with Michael, like Julian. That kind of made me like it the most. And you just see the town, but it's a lot of stuff, like I said, bro. It's not like just fluid 100% a good movie. That's all I'm gonna say. But number 8, you know, when we got Michael Myers, and that was probably one of my favorites for sure, because you know I'm a huge Michael fan. You know, we got him. He has this mold on him. He looks like a monster, like he's growing into something. And the mask looks great. Just to see him, you know, take the chick on the wall and just Bob Killer, he does the head till you hear the breathing. We all love when we see Michael. He's golden every time we see this man. And even like, you know, as much as I fucking hate that scene, you know, when he pushes Corey, it was just nice to see Michael get back at him, get aggressive, even when I'm hurt, you know, throw him on his ass. But I kind of, you know, that scene right there, when, like, I hate it when he's like doing that, like he's charging up, and I don't dig that. When he's stabbing him though, I like how he's just like, it's like showing like I'm still hurt, but I'm still gonna kill your ass because I'm Michael. And it's like he's stabbing and he kind of takes that breath like, phew. Man, when that happened, I just knew Michael was gonna be on bullshit. He's gonna be knocking on motherfuckers' doors, you know, going in they shit, bro. I just knew when I first seen this movie, like it was gonna be one of those oh shit moments, like, oh, after this he's going crazy. But every time I seen Michael, man, I got the chills, to be honest. Even at the end, I even got the chills when he was on the counter laying down. You know, it was getting kind of sour for me, though. Like, I was getting tears in my eyes. I knew it was approaching us. But, yes, every time I seen Michael, man, and I feel like the time you got to take the most, you know, in is when he has the chick on the wall. That's when you kind of see him full-blown, head tilt. So, but yeah, you guys. Number 9, a lot of people might not agree with me with this, was Andy Manichik, Allison. I enjoy Allison. You know, it was a lot of stuff I didn't enjoy, but I did enjoy Allison. She's one of my favorite characters in this trilogy. She did a lot of realistic stuff. She kind of, you know, moved forward in life being a nurse, trying to move on. She, you know, she's dated this guy, which I don't get because Doug looked a little older than her. That's just my opinion. But, yeah, she was that granddaughter, you know, and I kind of think the reason she kind of, like, went on Corey so fast was because she wanted some, you know, wanted someone to make her happy. Maybe she was tired of just being around her grandmother, you know, after all this stuff. That's why she kind of probably had that moment when she blacked out upstairs, like you're obsessed with death. But I liked her, you know, I liked seeing her in this type of, these moments when she's on the building, getting to finally smile and enjoy herself. And it was cool to see Allison dancing in the party, because, you know, every time we see her, she's fucking screaming or something. I just enjoy Allison in certain aspects. And, some things she did miss though, but most of all, I enjoyed her. She did what she was supposed to do in certain moments. It did get kind of weird when she kind of like rushed into it with Corey, but other than that, you know, with her being a nurse, that was Allison. Her talking to Lori, that was Allison. That is Andy Manichik. Don't forget, you guys, she's always been, you know, aggressive when it comes to her grandmother, and they're going back and forth arguing, and you know, and that's just her. She, remember, she was at the party with Cameron. She's a little cool, like, you know, But she doesn't listen. That's one thing, you know, you can't enjoy about her. But most of all, I think she did what she's supposed to do. She played that role, and she had me invested in her even more once I see her, you know, going back and forth with that love story with Corey. I think that was a little cool sideline story. So, and finally, number 10 is the Easter eggs. The Easter eggs and the little hat tips to 78. We got Lori with the sky blue shirt. Man, it's fucking wild. The knitting needle scene. We got, you know, just so fucking much of the shots they took in this battle with 78, like that little dark setting. You got Michael throwing her over the counter. It looked like an age 78. Like, it showed you that this is a fucking historic moment. This connects to a movie called Halloween 1978. It looked just like, you know, she has a sky blue shirt, Michael stabs her, she falls with a banister, she's running through the kitchen and she's limping. You know, like this. It looked like this, you know, in my opinion. It was like, it really just looked like that. It was something about it, the grainy, bluish look they had. They nailed that. And, you know, the scene where she's upstairs, she sees Corey by the bush. And I think they didn't OD on the fan service. They kind of submitted it in the right moments. They kind of had said, okay, this is the moment. This is the moment to put some 78 in there. And they did it. The pumpkin, you know, from 78 she was doing with Tommy Doyle and Lindsay. They had a little stalk moment with Michael by the tree, and she looks over. And I just liked it, man. I just liked the way they were doing it. Like, I love the way the flashback was. I got the chills when Michael grabs her by the neck and you get the music kicking up and she's like, you know, getting choked and the flashbacks pop up. It was so fucking crazy. I loved how they try to kind of tie in Corey and Michael, like, you know, okay, Michael always wants to go back home because that's where his first kill was, and then Corey ends up laying on the floor where he killed Jeremy and his old blood stain. Like, it was a lot of stuff, man. They just had a lot of stuff that I enjoyed when it came to this. And they had, like, you know, how when she's upstairs, they had on the walls, like, the stuff they were showing, like, this was that, the house was demolished. You know, just little stuff they kind of inserted. And, yeah, man, they did a great job with just putting in, like, some 78 things. And, you know, the closet when she's hiding from Michael and he's, like, in the kitchen. That was kind of like that scene when she's upstairs and he breaks it down with the hanger and shit, in my opinion. But, yeah, man, they did a lot of nice stuff for 78, and I probably even mentioned the other ones they had, just the stuff I just had on my brain. But it was probably more. But yeah, you guys, that is the 10 things that I like with Halloween Ends. Like I said, you guys, this isn't the worst movie, this isn't the best movie, but is it Halloween Resurrection bad? No, it's not. In my opinion, it's not that bad. It's movies like Jeepers Creepers Reborn. No, it has some good stuff. It has a good storyline, but I think it would have just been better as a standalone story, like an anthology for Halloween or something up that alley. It would have just did better, in my opinion. To continue on a trilogy like this, I don't know, that's a head scratcher, because it was like you get two movies that connect, like 2018 and Kills, and then this is like out in the dry, standalone movie about a kid named Corey, but you kind of see the connective shit in there, but you don't. You know what I'm saying? But I enjoy it. This will be a movie that I'll pick up, you know, Halloween season here and there. Will I watch it as much as I do 2018 and Kills? I don't think so. 2018 is my favorite out the trilogy, and I will be doing, like I said, a top 10 dislikes here soon. But yeah, this is what I enjoyed out this movie, man. Comment down below what you guys enjoyed. But unfortunately, this is the end of the video. Don't forget to hit me on my social media. I like Scary on Instagram, I like Scary Saturday, on TikTok, but on Facebook, I like Scary on Twitter. And don't forget, you guys, to become a member of the Patreon. And right there where it says subscribe next to it, click join to become a member of the channel. Check out the official I Like Scary merch store. And yeah, you guys, I love you all. Watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. Peace.